Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and today I was on a mission to unlock the Black Shark Camo in Battlefield 4. And the reason I was on said mission is that I think this camo looks amazing. Like, it looks badass. I think it's one of the coolest looking camos in the game, and why wouldn't you want this on all of your vehicles and on all of your different weapons? And so the way that you unlock this is by getting the assignments, or the assignment done for the land vehicle veterans, where you need to get 10 kills with a land vehicle, which is very easy, but where the challenging aspect comes in is that you need to get 50 vehicle destroys in a land vehicle. And so the start of my adventure began on Gold Mud Railways. I jumped into a tank. I thought that would be the best way to get into some firefights with some other enemy vehicles, and I could get the destroys that way. And while I was somewhat successful with it, I'm not the best tank driver out there. I'd say I'm about average, or maybe a little bit above average, and so I was able to get maybe 3 to 5 tank destroys per round, but those matches were taking a good 15 to 20 minutes, and if my math is right, that basically means that it was going to take me forever to unlock this camo. And so I kind of thought to myself, how can I speed up this process? What can I do to get more vehicle destroys? And my savior came in the form of the anti-air vehicle. Once again, I do not think I'm the best AA driver out there, but if you play conservatively and you play correctly and you kind of stay back towards your base and defend your jets and your helicopters that are up in the airspace, you are going to get a lot of not only kills but also vehicle destroys. Like, the AA is solely meant for taking out air targets, and it's very good at it. So even though I'm not the best AA driver out there, because I did play conservatively and I didn't just kind of try to go into the center of the map where I was really exposed to other enemy vehicles, or really, you know, like a recon with C4, I was able to clear the skies consecutively and just got a ridiculous amount of destroys. And so after one round, which I think lasted maybe 20 or 30 minutes, I had 20 vehicle destroys under my belt, way faster than if I was in a tank. And so this became my means of getting this assignment done. And it only took me, I think, 3 total rounds of being in the AA to finally unlock it. Like, it was way faster than I even expected. Like, I thought this was going to take me forever. And so if you are a great tank driver, then completely ignore this advice. Like, if you want to get the camo, then I would do whatever you're most comfortable with. But for me personally, the AA gun was kind of my savior, and it was the best way to go about getting this achievement. But as for the anti-air vehicle itself, it is a lot of fun to use. It may not be the most exciting gameplay, it may not be your run and gun kind of Rambo style, but it can be quite satisfying. And one of the things that I really liked is when you start to unlock some of the attachments for it. And the one that I was having the most fun with was the active radar. And it's a missile that doesn't lock on initially, so it's not like heat seeking or the passive radar where you lock on and then you fire when it locks. This is now kind of more of a dumb fire where you fire it in front of you, but then when it gets near an enemy air vehicle, it locks on and then flies towards them and explodes. And so if you get really good at it and you're able to predict kind of the movements of the enemy, you can get these wombo combos where you fire off 2 rockets, you switch on over to your main cannon, start to blaze them with that, and then as your cannon starts to hit them, your rockets arrive, and then you just explode them, and they have literally no time to react. And at that point, they either explode into a fireball, or they get disabled, or what is it? Not disabled, but mobility hit, so they're really struggling up in the air, and then by that point, you can just kind of finish them off with your main cannon. And it is a great combo. It does require more skill than the Heat Seeker or some of the other options in there, but when you're able to pull it off, it is extremely satisfying. One thing I did want to mention really quickly, though, is that I would not recommend using the 30mm cannon that you will eventually unlock for this. I did try it out for a while, and while it does seem to do a little bit more damage than 20mm, I don't think that the damage warranted having a slow rate of fire and just not as much ammunition. Like, I felt like I just wasn't as successful at taking out targets that were at a distance. I had a harder time taking out jets. Like, it was just very difficult to get in any shots to land on a jet that was speeding by. And so I would recommend sticking with the 20mm cannon. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you found this helpful and that you are now going to be able to unlock this amazing camo a lot faster than you may have been expecting. But until tomorrow, guys, have a good one and take it easy.